All right, so a couple days ago I did a video on the different triads on all string sets, major and minor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how they connect with each other. So on all string sets. So what I'm going to start on is the major ones, and then I'm going to start on the minor ones, and I'm going to go through all string sets. So say we take A major, for example, right? So if we play that on string 6/4, this is our root position, right? If we release our pinky, and then we play strings 5/4-3, that leads to a first inversion A major chord, which means that that would be seen as a A over C sharp, right? And then if I play strings 4/3-2, that means that that would be a second inversion, A over E, on strings 4/3-2. So, and just because we got our real estate here is kind of limited, that's what we end up with there. So now on our next one here, we take our first inversion, so which would be at the 9th fret. So pretty much, if you look at this, what was the first inversion here? It's the same exact shape, but at the 9th fret on string 6/4. It's pretty sweet. So first inversion. So here's first inversion here. A over C sharp. So now what you do is if you go and you play an E major shape, so we're taking our E major shape and moving it all the way up to the 7th fret, and play strings 5/4-3, and so that would be called a second inversion A chord on strings 5/4-3. And then now if I release my middle finger and my index finger, keep my third finger planted, and I just do what I call the ladder, do strings 4/3-2, 7/6-5, that would be a root position on strings 4/3-2. Now if I release my middle finger, or not middle finger, third finger here, and I play strings 3/2-1, that would be a first inversion A major chord on string set 3/2-1. So the cool part is they all connect, and that's the super awesome part. So we start from a first inversion here, connects to a second inversion, and then connects to a root, then connects to a first inversion. So the cool part is with the triads, 3 notes, all these do is, for a root position, you got your root in the bass. So for example, what I mean by that is you got your A here. And then our next scale degree would be the third, major third, which would be C sharp. And then we got our 5th degree, and that is your A major triad. Root, third, 5th, right? So what I mean by that is your root is what's called in the bass. So that's the lowest note that you are playing. So now if I go to a first inversion, it reorders the notes. So if I take my inversion, first inversion on string set 6/4, right? We're having the C sharp now in the bass. So the third's in the bass. And the order of the notes there are 3rd, 5th, root, C sharp, E, A. So, and then what I'm doing here, and then I go down to string set 5, 4, 3, which is our E major shape. Our E now, our fifth is in the bass. So the order of that would be fifth, root, major third. And then we're going to a root position, and then first inversion. So if you start with the root position, the order would be root position, first, and second. If you start on a first inversion, it would be first inversion, second inversion, root. Then if you start on a second inversion, you would be at second inversion, root, first. So it all flip-flops, you know, the whole order. So we got that. So to recap, so far we got right? First inversion, second inversion, root, first inversion. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go to our second inversion on string set 6x4. So the cool part is our string set 5-4-3, if we take that E major shape, we play that same exact thing on strings 6x4. So the cool part is, so we start with the second inversion, right? So then our next shape would be a root position. Then after that, then we would go to a first inversion, right? And then now what we would do, keep these planted, the 7th or 9th fret and 10th fret, and then move that middle finger to the 9th fret on the high E, and then we got our D major shape at the 10th fret. So the cool part is that all these are interchangeable, movable, and they all connect, which is super, super awesome. And so you'll see all these different chord shapes. So on the string set 6x4 and 5-4-3, we're just using the same exact shapes. So for example here, our root position here, string set 6x4. Then if I take that same exact shape and I find my A, which is here, and I play that same exact shape that I did, there we go. Now, for example, if I go to my first inversion now, string 6x4, play that same exact shape, and then we are going to play that on strings 5-4-3, but at the 4th fret. So we got, it's pretty sweet. So then now we got our second inversion, right? So our second inversion, we want to go all the way up here. Think of our E major shape here. Sorry. Now we want to move that to the 7th fret. So that's the really cool part, is that these orders on string set 6x4, 5-4-3 are all the same shapes. So, and when you all clump them together, you get a really awesome arpeggio. So if you kind of think, there we go. There we go. And so on and so forth. So you can do this with minor as well. So if we start with our root position here, right? All all we need to do is we need to move our major third, right? So right there, that's C sharp. We want to lower that by half step. So your middle finger now would go to a C. Root, flat 3, 5th. Right? So then, now what I would do is I would go to the 9th fret, and you know how we had our major here? Now we just lower that C sharp by a half step. So then we got, it's kind of like a inverted, weird looking E major shape, but it's not. It's like upside down. It's actually opposite. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, and then now what we would do is we would take our E major shape here for our second inversion, right? So now we want to lower that C sharp, which is right here. And then, so now we would play, that would be our second inversion. So then now, what we can do is we can go now to our, we can plug that all in together. So we can do our, now our string 5, 4, 3. And then we got, right? So then as you can see here, the string sets are actually the same. So, let's see here, sorry. So that's the same string set here. And then we got our whole, and then we would go to our string set 4, 3, 2. Here's our major. Right? Now to make it minor, A minor shape like we know. And then got that. And then now we're gonna do A minor on strings 3, 2, 1. So we would start here. And then we take our D minor shape. Play that at the 10th fret here. And then go up to 14th fret, 14, 13, 12. And as you can see here, some of these shapes, again, at string sets 4, 3, 2 and 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, are kind of the same shape. So if you take this second inversion here, A, so this is even an A chord, yeah. But if you play this same exact shape on string sets 3, 2, 1, you make an A minor chord. It's pretty sweet. And then you got your A major here, right? You can now make an A minor chord just by moving everything down a string set. Strings 3, 2, 1. And then if you kind of think about this as your major chord here, got that, and you can kind of flip it around and then you make our D minor shape. It's kind of similar. So that is one thing that you can kind of do to connect it all. And then what I would do is I would, again, take like the key of I don't know, C, and maybe start with something, go to C. And then go to an A. You can do whatever you want. So just kind of like mess around with that a little bit. And then you can play G, D over, so this would be a B flat. And then you got an A. So you can kind of mess with that and it just adds some more spice to things. So it's pretty cool. Have fun.